Okay, today we're learning about writing two-step equations. So given some words and writing in a two-step equation based off of that. So here's a little summary or recap or some preview into what we're doing. It says the Mitchell Colonel volleyball team qualified for the state tournament. You want to attend the tournament, which is held in Sioux Falls from November 15th through the 17th. You're given $360. What expenses will you need to budget for, and do we have enough money to attend? If not, what would you change so you could attend? So we're going to assume that we're going to stay overnight in Sioux Falls the 15th, the 16th, and the 17th. So we're going to stay for one night, then 2 nights, and the third night. So that's what we're going to assume. What expenses do we need to budget for? Well, food, lodging, and the tournament itself. So I have this information here on the next sheet that gives us some breakdowns of those costs. So food options, I'm going to go middle of the road. So if I have to eat 3 meals a day and I'm going to pick the hotel food, that would be $30 per day for each meal or for each day. Hotel options, I'm going to go middle of the road again. So that's $90 a night. And our last option are ticket options. I could get by price of the door, so 3 days would be $4 a day. So probably $12 here, or I could buy a weekend pass. I'm going to stay for the whole weekend. So those are the things I'm going to have to account for. So if I go back here, if I stay for 0 days, I'm going to pay $0, and I will have $360 remaining. If I stay for 1 day, I'll have spent $30 on food, plus $90 in hotel, plus I buy the tournament pass that first day, so $10. Well, that equals $130. If I take that away from what I have $230 left if I subtract those. The next day I'm going to have to buy $30 in meals, $90 hotel night, but I've already bought my weekend pass, so that's $120. If I subtract that, I'm left with $110. Now it looks like that 1 day cost me $120. I'm not going to be able to do that, so I'm going to have to make some alterations by at least, I'm going to need to save $10. So if I go to food and I do $8, that's $24. Still going to be shy. So it looks like I'm going to have to give somewhere. I could stay at a cheaper hotel, and that would save me $23 or $13. So if I do that, and I can still do hotel food. So if I do $30 in hotel food plus $77 at the Super 8, then that's only $107, and I'm left with $103. So what we're going to end up doing is writing equations so that we can do all this instead of setting up a chart. So I had to make some changes so that I could attend and still have all of the money. And this is not $103, it is $3 left. Woo, big money. So translating sentences into equations. There are 3 steps to writing a 2-step equation. Figure out what each number represents. That's step 1. Second step is to define a variable. I usually use the word variable x, and then I just label appropriately at the end. Some people use m for minutes or t for time, something like that. And step 3 is to solve the equation. Well, it's really helpful to have some direction in where we should go with our equation. So there's some key words here, and those are the words that are also glue or hot on the blue posters above my board. You guys have seen those before. But difference means to subtract, if you're finding the difference of a number. To find the sum of 2 numbers is to add them together. To find the quotient is to divide 2 numbers. Of, like 10% of 30, is to multiply. Increased by, add. Decreased by, subtract. More than, 7 more than 5 is 12, so that's add. Less than, subtract, is equal. And per is generally attached to a number. Per generally attaches a number to the variable. It also means to divide. Okay, so translating each sentence into an equation. 8 less than 3 times the number is negative 23. Well, that is negative 23 for sure, equals 23. 8 less than, so I need to take something and subtract 8. 3 times the number, 3x, 3n, 3 whatever you want to use. So 8 less than 3 times the number is negative 23. That looks good. 15 equals, okay, well that helps. 15 equals 3 more than 6 times the number. 3 more, so 3 bigger than 6 times the number. 3 more than 6 times the number. 10 increased by the quotient of a number and 6 is 5, so equals 5. 10 increased by, so something bigger than 10. 10 plus the quotient of a number, so some number divided by 6. 10 increased by the quotient of a number and 6 is 5. The difference between 12 and 2/3 of a number is 18. That helps. The difference between 12 and 2/3 of a number. So 2/3 of a number, 2/3 of a number minus 12 is 18. The difference between 12 and 2/3 of a number is 18. So that one's kind of tricky because it's backwards, kind of flip-flops there. So just be careful when you're reading difference. You guys only have 1 page of notes, but I have 2. So a couple more. 1 more than 3 times the number. 1 more than 3 times the number is 7. I prefer to write it like this, but this is okay if you're just scripting as you read. 7 less than 1/4 of a number. So 7 has to be less than 1/4 of the number. So 1/4 of some number, and 7 less than that is negative 1. The quotient of a number and 5, less 10. So quotient means divide. So some number divided by 5, less 10 or minus 10 is 3. There we go. Slide 6. So here we have some word problems. We're going to translate them into equations. The current temperature is 54 degrees. It is expected to rise 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit per or each hour. In how many hours will the temperature be 84? Well, we want it to equal 84. I'm actually going to scoot this up. We want it to equal 84, and we know that it's currently 54, and it increases by 2.5 per hour. So I did use h there. So the next thing we're going to do is subtract the 54. Make 0. Bring down my 2.5h, equal sign. 84 minus 54 is 30. Divide both sides by 2.5. That equals 1 when you divide the same number by itself. We get h equals 30 divided by 2.5. Drop the calculator. Is 12. So how many hours? 12 hours. We could make a list, but that wouldn't be very effective. The cost for a certain music plan is $9.99 per year plus 25 cents per song you downloaded. If you paid $113.74 one year, find the number of songs you downloaded. Well, I need it to equal what I paid. I started by paying $9.99 for the subscription, but I spent 25 cents on the number of songs, and I don't know how many songs, so that's what I'm trying to solve for. That's what it gets attached to the variable. Next step is to subtract $9.99, which is essentially subtracting $10, but then giving myself a penny back. So that would be $103.74, but it's $103.75. Give myself that penny back. Divide by the quarter that it costs per song. So then it's going to end up being a lot of songs. Because remember, when you divide by a small number, it ends up giving you a bigger number. 415 songs. That's a lot. It's also a lot cheaper than it is now to buy songs. Okay. A couple more to try. Amy has saved $725 for a new guitar in her lessons. Her guitar costs $475, and guitar lessons are $25 per hour. Determine how many hours. So I need to figure out how many hours. This is per hour, so that's what's going to have the variable on it. We know that she spends $25 per hour, and she also bought the guitar for $475, but she's only saved $725. So we're going to see how much she can get out of this. Subtract the constants. So we get 25h equals, oh geez, I don't want to do it. 725 minus 475, 250. divide by the coefficient, and we get h equals 10. 10 hours. That's all she can afford before she runs out of money. 11 hours, she's going to be borrowing money for the bank. Last one. From ground level to the tip of a torch, the statue, this one's a tough one, so this is a toughie. From the ground level to the tip of the torch, the Statue of Liberty and its pedestal are 92.99 meters tall. The pedestal is 0.89 meters taller than the statue. How tall is the Statue of Liberty? So this one's kind of tricky. I'm going to draw a picture. So there's a Statue of Liberty on top of the pedestal, which actually, they said the pedestal is bigger, so. There, she's in a dress, so you can see her. It says from the ground to the tip of the torch, which is in her hand, the Statue of Liberty and its pedestal are 92.99. So the total is 92.99. The pedestal is 0.89 meters taller than the statue. Well, if we don't know what the statue is, we can call it x. And that this pedestal has got to be x plus 0.89 because it's bigger. So we know that x plus 8.89, because this is the statue, this is the statue's pedestal, has to equal 92.99. Combining like terms, x plus x is 2x. Now we subtract the constants. That line's not supposed to be there. We get 2x equals, this is 10, 92.10, divide by the coefficient. .05. That's what x is. So that's how tall the Statue of Liberty is. So that's what they're asking for. How tall is the Statue of Liberty? 46.05. So if she's 46.05, that must mean that the pedestal is 0.89 taller than that, 46.94. And that those two numbers should add to 92.99, which they do. So we checked our work there. Oh, and meters. Make sure we label that. All right. We've got no Alex homework, but we do have a worksheet. Sometimes me think, what is friend? And then me say, friend is someone to share the last cookie with. Have a great day.